Hi everyone, today I am looking at an air fryer. Here it is. It's got a drawer that you take out. It's got an element. Above the element there is a fan that goes around. It's got a little thermocouple in there that senses the temperature. There's a lamp in there so they can light up your food. And on top, obviously I've taken the top off this so I can see what's going on. It's got a motor. There's another fan that circulates air through all of this stuff and keeps it cool. There's two connections to the element here. This I think is the lamp, and there's a circuit board here which controls everything, and back here there's two overheat sort of thermocouple things which will shut it off if it gets too hot, and there's the control board, and it's connected on this. Now, don't take appliances apart unless you're competent. I'm an electrician, so I'm fairly certain I'm okay doing this. But this one's reported to have stopped working, and there's a burning smell. Well, I'm going to find out what happens. I've taken it to bits. I've looked it over. I can see nothing that is damaged, and I can't see where the burning smell might have come from. So next job is to turn it on. Don't turn on appliances when the cover's off unless you're competent to. I'm going to pop it up here. I'm going to move this down here. We'll flick on the switch and see if we can make a burning smell. There we go, that's turned on. If I press the... okay. Well, it's turned on, but there's nothing happening. That's rather curious. Isn't it strange when you turn things on and nothing happens? It just occurred to me that that might need to be in. Let's try it now. Oh. No, okay, right. Let's, I wonder if the light comes on. No. Very strange. Check for voltage. No voltage. Voltage. 198 volts. No volts. Volts. Well, this one's tripped out, so I ain't going to do anything. Let's just turn it off, unplug it, make sure I'm safe. I wonder if these have... okay. So these are both tripped out. So what this is telling me is that this unit has overheated, which means there might be a problem with the thermocouple. That's this connection here. If this is not sensing that it's getting up to temperature, then it'll get too hot, it'll trip out, and it won't work. So I'm going to turn it on again. We'll see what happens. Plug it in. There we go. So now we're on, or off as it says. If I, what did I want to do? Let's say I'm going to do, let's turn the light on first. Oh yeah, that works. Happy days. If I were to do a cake, 160 degrees, and turn it on, there we go, the fan springs into life. Presumably, if I pull out this, it shuts down. That's a safety switch, yeah, that's good. And now it's going nuts. Cake, turn back on. I'm thinking this is going to go up to temperature, get too hot, and then it'll trip out. I suppose theoretically, if that thermocouple is gone, I could actually replace it. I could buy a new one, but I'd have to know exactly what type of thermocouple it is, and how to take it out of there. I'd have to take this apart a bit further and obviously buy exactly the right one, crimp the cables on and fix it. Now, I might be able to do that, but it depends how much this thing's worth, whether it's worth bothering. As I said before, never run an appliance with the covers off. All of these connections have got voltage on them. You can give yourself a very nasty injury if you touch live mains, so don't do that unless you're absolutely confident in what you're doing, as I am here. It's very exciting. I'm hoping I might see the element warming up. Hard to know how hot it is. Doesn't actually tell me how warm it is. Just heard something click. Relay. There is a relay on this board which should turn the element on and off as the temperature is needed to heat it up, bring it up to temperature, allow it to cool, when it clicks off, bring it up to temperature again. So that this little thermostat is going to be measuring the temperature in the chamber. It should heat it to the point where it's got to the 160, it says on the screen, and then it should click out, and then when it cools down a bit, it'll click back in again and keep it at that temperature. It will target that set point of 160. If it doesn't work, then it would go over that set point and the whole thing will trip out, as it appeared to have done on those two. Yeah, and actually I can smell it now. I would expect it just to trip out and shut off as it had before on those override switches, those two thermal trips over the edge there. Certainly smells hot. Relay's clicking. Exciting. It's really interesting that both of them have tripped. That tells me that they're really closely matched. You'd expect one to trip before the other because it wouldn't be perfectly calibrated. Because it's entirely possible that it was just a one-off occasion and the relay in this board got stuck, and the relay stuck on just for that one moment and it tripped out and it's not going to do it again. That is possible. In which case this is going to be a very boring video. I think we'll have to let's agree to abandon it at 10 minutes because it should have got hot by now. It's very exciting. That is that's how an air fryer works. Very strange thing. They call them air fryers, and what it really is a fan-assisted grill, or potentially you could call it a small fan-assisted oven. It doesn't really fry things at all. When you fry things, you're putting stuff on a hot surface with oil on it, and it transfers the heat directly to it. This is heat through the air, but which is, I guess, where they get the idea of air fryer. But if you were to put oil in this thing, it would waft the oil and air around and it would cause an absolute bloody mess. The whole thing would be caked in an oily, crappy, foody film, which I don't know if you'd actually be able to clean it properly. I mean, from what I've seen of it, it really isn't designed for that. This is designed to operate as a clean oven environment, maybe with a bit of water in the bottom to create some humidity and keep things moist, but crikey, I think if you put oil in this thing it would just be a mess. So, and it does say on here fries. Maybe you can cook fries, but how you'd cook fries without oil I'm not quite sure, but I wouldn't want to put oil in here. It would just be horrendous. Anyway, this is working really well, and on the second part of this video we're up to 8 minutes. We already had a couple of minutes before that, an introduction, so not sure where we're going with this. Maybe I'll put the top back on and see if it, well, that ain't going to make any difference, is it? Because these overheat strips were on the actual oven itself, so I don't get it. I wonder what they were doing with it when it tripped out. Perhaps I'll have to ask them. Light still works. Well, I'm confused. I think I'll shut this down and we'll use it and see what we think of air fryers, and see if it trips out again. Shut it off. Hopefully, or presumably it'll run for a while and cool down. And there we go. What a funny little thing. Well, there you have it. Air fryers. Peculiar things. Not sure what's wrong with this one. Maybe it just maybe it had a senior moment. Let me know in the comments what you think of air fryers. Are they a fantastic new invention, or are they cluttering up your worktop? And if you've had one of these that's tripped out, and was it the thermocouple? Don't know. Let me know. Very interested to find out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and yeah, don't play with appliances unless you're competent. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.